So I just been having the urge. I haven't played it in a while. I mean, I played it. How do I say? I haven't played it continuously for a while, but been dipping back into it. I really like this character, and I got a bunch of missions maxed out on my. So I need to unload all the missions. So I'm probably gonna do that. Get rid of some missions. I wanted to be in the new expansion a little bit. This is a block scene, by the way, I guess. Obviously. Yarp, yarp.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that right now.
Getting old is no picnic. The alternative is a lot worse.
Order a little bit.
Stay back! I'll do it! I'll stab you!
No, you won't.
I mean it! Once I I don't know any Brondoled. That is what I told the guards, and that is what I'm telling you. Dead? Stone's mercy. And I'm next, aren't I? I promise. I don't... He did not tell me a lot. Said he was... The last time we spoke, it was about the men with the job postings.
Mind you, I already kind of covered that with another character. Torch bugs out here. Got a lot. Did that for? Be shitting me. Dude, I didn't realize these guys were so tough. You know what I mean? This isn't the best area to be fucking around in for right now. fun, dude. You run off. That's all the... Giants. Awesome. And let's... I don't know. Should I eat it? Obviously, it must not be good. Got me some kind of effect. I don't know what it was. So this whole area is new to me right now. I went into Solitude a little bit the other day, but it's,
Welcome to the impresario's home away from home. She's not here right now, but she'll be back soon.
holding each other. That's special.
I wonder how long South Point's mayor will survive in the Shivering Isles.
Plain old wolves.
Hopefully not very.
Who's this? Strong, sober, well-equipped? The coterie of organized scholars needs adventurers of your stripe. The esteemed goblin scholar Landal Gavant has commissioned the coterie to seek evidence of a previously undiscovered tribe living within Chillwind depths. As you'd imagine, we need someone to verify this claim and, if this tribe exists, bring definitive proof. Landal is specifically interested in objects of cultural significance in order to...
Quest log's full, so I need to go talk to Boris, whatever her name is.
I bet you could spare a coin. Vestige? You're a sight for sore eyes. Feels like it's been ages since, well, you know. I'd invite you for a drink, but he's what? Oh, damn it. Queen Gerhild will be here at any moment. Look, Her Highness is expecting to talk to me and my contact. I need you to pretend to be that contact, or this will go very badly. We can exchange intimate details of our lives later. Right now, just know that the safety of all of Skyrim, maybe even all of Tamriel, depends on how this meeting goes. So follow my lead and be on your best behavior with Her Highness.
Lyris Titanborn. Your reputation is known even here in the West. Is this one of your famed companions?
No, but I assure you my partner is one of the Skald King's best. Go introduce yourself, partner.
I am Gerhild, Queen of Skyrim. Allow me to welcome you on behalf of our kingdom, our city, and our hold. Who might you be? The letter that preceded your arrival said an attempt was made on the Skald King's life. It indicated that High King Svargrim would be next. My husband took that as an accusation and a threat. He will not meet with you, but I will hear you out. Have you anything that would persuade my husband? It will take some substantial evidence to convince High King Svargrim to heed the words of the hated Yoren, the Skald King. Reachman transgressions will not be enough for Svargrim to accept outside help. He's a prideful man, and the bad blood between him and Yoren runs deep. I will speak on your behalf, but you and Lyris will need to bring me proof he cannot ignore. Thank you for alerting me to this situation. I am eager to see what else you uncover. I will do what I can, but be as discreet as possible. If you run afoul of my husband, he won't hesitate to return you to Yoren, and not necessarily in one piece. Eastern and Western Skyrim have been at odds since the kingdom was divided. Yoren's ambitions for the Ruby Throne, however, have created a new level of tension. Forming alliances and raising armies for conquest? Frankly, yes. He believes Yoren hasn't marched here with an army as yet, because the Western holds are firmly united against Pact rule. My husband is certain Yoren plots to... You must convince my husband that a threat greater than Yoren exists. Further, this threat must directly imperil the High King. Find proof of this, and I will assist you how I can. Helping to keep our hold safe will also allay his concerns. It's enough for me to believe your intentions are sincere. Learn more about these suspicious activities you mentioned. My deepest apologies. Between the Reach to our south and the Ebonheart Pack to the east, our soldiers have come to see all outsiders as a potential threat.
I need a break.
You handled that better than I expected. Now what in Mara's name happened to Brundold? Damn. Lucky thing he found you. Brundold was supposed to get the lay of the land before I got here. Without his information, my work for Yoren the Skald King could be over before it begins. What did he give you? Hand it over. Smugglers and Reachmen up to illicit business. Nothing unusual there, but Brundold thought it could be connected to the Coven. I'm short a good investigator, and you stepped into the role easily enough. Can I count on you to help me with this? Brundold mentioned some locals we should have a talk with. A snitch named Grega who likes to gamble in back alleys, and an orc named Mog who frequents the Lonely Troll Inn. Let's find them and see what they can tell us. I'm not the first Nord from the east to receive a chilly reception at the Blue Palace. Doubt I'll be the last.
Hail.
Hey, don't step on the dice. There a reason you're interrupting our game, Horkface? Don't know any Brundold. Don't know you. Either way, I got nothing to tell you. Get lost. I'm on a winning streak. Dead? That's a new one. Nothing Kassala usually moves through port is worth killing over. You didn't hear it from me, but she's the one picking up those shipments. Her warehouse is down on the docks. You want to know more? Go ask her.
Castle Dower is a monument to the Western spirit. Stony and cheerless. Maybe the new tower will liven up the place.
Western Skyrim. Oh, it's because I was like gonna say I'm going into a bar. I thought. Ballsy building a city on that.
Much to do.
You must be Mog.
Getting old
I
is
have
no
questions.
picnic. The alternative
Questions?
is a lot
Happy to oblige. Buy a few rounds and let's chat.
You're going to answer me, Orc, or...
Hey!
What the fuck are they?
Nobody intimidates my friends.
Princess Svana.
What the hell?
Who gave you the right to walk in here and bully my friend? Did my father send you? Because he doesn't like Mog. But I like Mog.
Mog doesn't care that I'm a princess, and it doesn't matter to me that Mog's a scoundrel. If my father didn't send you, why are you threatening my friend? Smelly bastards. Cheap, too. Wouldn't buy us a drink. They hung their flyers and left without saying a word. Then, a different smelly bastard showed up to sign on workers. He was a charmer, though. His breeches fit well. And he was handsome. Not a Nord. Breton, maybe? I didn't really listen to what he was saying. A half-dozen workers left with him. Off to the Drudok Mountains or someplace. He hasn't been back.
Let's talk outside, partner. So we've got a mysterious Breton possibly working with Reachmen, recruiting workers for some unknown purpose. Plus there's a smuggler hiding unknown contraband in a warehouse down by the docks. I say we deal with this. We know where to find her, and we more or less know what she's up to. And if the two are connected, maybe the smuggler can help us narrow our search for the Breton. Ready to visit Casella's warehouse? That's Casella's warehouse.
Needs your help.
Only one
Sea
sentry.
giants and vampires
Let's
are
try not to
everywhere.
cause a scene.
Private property. Get lost. Wait. A half-giant? Is that Lyris Titanborn? Blood and Blade. Everyone knows Lyris Titanborn. What a woman. She's even larger than I imagined. No wonder she fought Swordmaster Sai Sahan to a draw. Wait, is he here too? Until Casala returns, I'd be happy to keep fair Lyris company in her stead. Alas, Casala doesn't allow visitors when she isn't here to conduct business. But we can wait out here. Do you think Lyris would autograph my ancestral scabbard? It would mean so much to my son. Oh, thank you, thank you! You don't know how much this means to me.
God damn it.
I don't know what you said to him, but this is our chance. Try the lock. See what's in those marked crates. I'll watch the door.
Do not let yesterday.
Come on, game.
either our shipments would return. Brought muscle this time, I see.
More than you. Care to try me?
I'll pass. I just want to know who's been meddling in my business. I had a feeling it wasn't just an opportunistic thief trying to steal my cargo. What are you after? A plot against the High King? Involving plundered antiquities from Hammerfell? Preposterous. I'm simply facilitating a transaction between treasure hunters and a rich collector. So, who am I paying the bribe to? You or the High King? Gimme that! Tribal crafts my arse. I told that son of a skeever I don't deal in arcane goods, especially ones from the Reach. Nothing but sorrow comes from such business. This isn't... No name, just instructions and gold. Shipments come in, I make sure no one looks too closely and wait for a pickup. Never see same face twice. Last time it was a smooth-talking Breton with Nord laborers in tow. You want more? They're taking the cargo to an abandoned lodge in the foothills north of Solitude. Occasionally used it myself when the city guard was being thorough. Want to catch them? Start there. If that's all, we're leaving. I'm not losing my head over this. The Breton was sly. Handsome even. Thought he could charm me into taking on additional shipments. Now that I know what's involved, the trouble isn't worth it. The Nords were local, hired hands from the Lonely Troll. I'm paid not to ask too many questions. This arrangement was a lucrative one. I trusted them, but it seems they took advantage of my natural greed. That...
Rondold had good instincts. We're definitely onto something. Our mystery buyer is hiring locals to haul these urns and reach fetishes out of the city. But for what purpose? Without a doubt, the Coven's attack on Yoren involved a ritual. Why hire locals, though? Seems like an unnecessary risk. And how does the Breton figure in? I suppose using different people draws less attention. Something doesn't feel right. No reason not to. Head there while I circle around from the other direction in case they're already on the move. Just be careful. I'd rather not lose another partner before we actually figure out what we're up against. Give your sentry my best, and tell him I owe...
he's gonna get more than an autograph if I keep him.
Yes. What do you...
Man, where did I go? So. Oh, those are all researchable, that's why. What? I had a weapon I could. There we go.
I grew up in Narcissus. I can't believe this stupid plague almost turned the place into a ghost town.
Do I look like I...
Your purse looks heavyweight.
You saved Count Hosni from that terrible woman. Good riddance, I say.
Buy local, get your goods here.
if there's a mission I can actually complete here. I don't see myself doing that anytime soon. Let's go get it with somebody else. Knock some of these down, you know? Get out of your chest.
The new hand has arrived. Notify Almalexia that her champion is here.
I came all the way from St. Veloth's shrine to lend my skills to this. Eldry fuss is too much. I'm needed here. My contributions may be less flamboyant than those with a more militaristic approach. Oh, what a disgusting mess you get when you put a bunch of Dreamora hearts in a sack. But thanks for bringing them to me. The potions I can make with these will help a lot.
Whoa. That, I didn't really see that much recoil. Damn damn right. Trying to clean up some of these missions. It's like every time I go to do something, it's like, oh shit. Oh, you have too many missions. How are you tonight? Is that better? What? I was looking, I didn't see yeah. I guess I was. Anyway, should have shot me a message, I would have watched. What game you playing? Ah, gotcha. It's all good. It was alright, just work. I was pretty much alone in a unit, and so I was kind of focused on it, and the day went by quick, so it's good.
What a disaster. That bard gets in one scrap with a dark elf and suddenly he can't play tonight's show. Ha! The dark elf lass? I just about split my gut when I heard her yowling. Sounded like someone stuck a fork in a bantam. Interesting notion. We've had our share of bards and jesters, but never a jester who sings. At least the crowd will enjoy looking at her.
I feel like I've done this mission, but
Sorry. Between my brother's problems with the forge and that load of ingots that the puny Dark Elf dropped on the docks, I am Yes, that was the Dark Elf's name. I gave him a fair chance, but I don't think he ever lifted anything heavier than a book in his entire life. We had to let him go. If the Dark Elf can improve the forge, that would be a big help. But we still need those ingots. They were stolen after he abandoned the crate.
What's this?
No
Why
charge.
is there
Get your goods here.
Can't you see I'm busy?
played it for a while tonight. Just piecemeal. Whoops. I'm gonna do that. Real bad for relations.
An entire day's catch lost to the hungry sea. So many wasted fish. Jode punishes me for expecting a spoiled dark elf to perform the work of an honest Khajiit.
Is that better? Is that better?
Oh, you know the big-brained dark elf with claws as dull as dirt? The one whose idea of mending a net is to tie a knot and hope for the best? If you seek payment, you will find all. Has this one misheard?
About there. Is that better? There we go, okay. I just, when we were playing Phasmophobia, I took off my, what do you call it, mic from my video camera. God, I can't think. From the webcam. Because it was being all echoey and weird, so... Gobble. Is that him? No. Thought you could get out of the city on this side. Oh well.
You took your time. I was starting to get worried. But tell me, were you successful? Immediately? That seems rather sudden. Oh, very well. Kirith, did you hear? We can earn enough gold to continue our journey. It just required someone these depraved pirates could understand. Oh, I don't mean to imply that you're depraved, my friend.
How'd the podcast go? Oh, I played it a little bit, like, yesterday, I think. But I have, like, my mission, my journal packed, and so I'm cleaning it up.
All right. I'm ready to hear the news now. What kind of job did you sign me up for? Bodyguard? That's wonderful news! Those drunken pirates are in for a treat. Thank you for negotiating an excellent deal. Now, you did more for us than anyone in this wretched city. Raynor and I will do our...
I won't ask, because then you'll tell me I need to listen to it, so... Of this generation! Red Dead Redemption 2. Great. Yeah. Kind of crazy when you think about it. Yeah, no, that's a good one.
Please, I was once like you. His work never ends.
Finest merchandise around.
It's like... What the fuck, man? What the fuck? What the fuck has got me? What the fuck? Come on! What the fuck has got me? That was weird. Oh, I know what it was. It's a fucking... Maybe I should. Getting wood. Minecraft. What ESO? What else can you chop down wood in? Yeah. Yeah. RuneScape. I think I own... I'm pretty sure I own Conan. I just haven't. Rust. Did I nail it? There you go. I watched part of it, the original Total Recall. For some reason, that popped in my head.
Sister, right? How did you find me? No, never mind. Just tell me if you're here to talk or to kill me. Oh, just those little things I noticed, like that cold look in your eyes, or your rants about the splendor of Boethia. Isn't killing what a disciple of the warrior prince does best? Yeah, about that. I'm done with the Society of the Dragon. Turns out religion doesn't really agree with the women in my family, especially not a crazy cult with a murderous priest for a leader. Now you're starting to really curl my spine. I could ask you the same. Just what were you doing spouting that Boethia nonsense in Kvatch? Are you some sort of Daedra out to prove a point? Are you? That was unconvincing. Who taught you how to lie? Besides, even Sheogorath has too much self-respect to be involved with this family drama. Oh look, my sister's coming. What a surprise. I suppose I should put my knives away now.
Jocelyn, could you be any more
My dear
predictable?
sister, I knew you'd find me. Are you here to kill me too?
My sister appears to be safe and sound. She's surprisingly calm, even if she's still mad about what I did to her friend. That's better than I expected. Thank you for your help. I couldn't have exposed Grand Chanter Surus's corruption without you. That's sweet, but you've already done more than enough. You helped me show my sister the truth about the Society of the Dragon. She's safe now, and our plan worked exactly as I'd hoped. I couldn't have saved Jocelyn without your help.
Every time you help me, someone winds up dead. Couldn't you let me deal with this myself?
I didn't like the way we left things, Jocelyn. And when I realized what the Grand Chanter was up to...
So my big sister sails in to rescue me. Again, tell me, how many did the Grand Chanter kill?
At least 3 people since I've been paying attention. I haven't been in town that long.
So you called in Sheogorath over there?
I know you're angry. But he really would have killed you, Jocelyn. I couldn't let that happen.
You don't have to worry about me anymore. I'm done with the Society, and I'm done with Kvatch. But I am not going with you.
Fair enough. But anytime you need me, I'll be there.
I know. Goodbye, sister.
Don't
How much
cause
longer till you
trouble.
put out to sea?
God damn it, seriously, Bill?
Pain lies ahead. Turn back, Master. This is not the place for us.
This one does not understand. This shrine is supposed to be lit with an ever-burning flame. Perhaps Shehiradaro has thrown good money after bad.
What? Oh, you're serious? I mean, sure.
A simple Khajiit, doing what she can to survive. Sehirodoro came to this shrine for guidance. It said the flame gives visions to those who seek it. Answers to unasked questions. Mysteries defined by the stars themselves. And if Sehirodoro makes some gold along the way, all the better. This shrine is key to all of these things.
Oh.
It's a shrine to Hermaeus Mora, Daedric Prince of Knowledge. They say if you stare into the fire, all will be revealed. But without the ever-burning flame, there is no way to find tomes. Lost to the ages. They're full of secrets from an earlier time. A connection to our past, and a bridge to our future. While searching for the shrine, a spirit appeared to me and warned me away. That's her. It's the lying spirit.
Don't listen to these fools' words. The forbidden tomes must be destroyed. Place them in the shrine's flame, quickly. What? That isn't possible. No matter. I'll rekindle the shrine's fire with my own essence, but you must promise to destroy them. Then that is a blessing. Once the books begin calling to you, there is little time before they ensnare you completely.
Burn the books.
Master, no! The flames burn us! It hurts! It hurts!
You've done it. The tomes are gone. I can't hear them anymore. I'm certain. But no one else shall fall into their trap. You managed what I could not.
Okay. Knocking him down. Knocking him down. As long as they don't have that symbol, I guess I could do that one again. Oh god, that fucking mission right there. Yeah. I mean... like, there's been a couple sessions I've had where I would just go... I'm gonna go to this area and I'm just gonna start at the bottom and work my way through the whole map and just focus. That's what I did. I'm trying to think which one it was. But yeah, I just worked my way through all, like, everybody that I saw, and that's what it'll do, is it'll just push you through. It's just, like, stay focused. But, I mean, look at all these missions I have to do. I got rid of a couple that, like, we would do as groups, because I think I could just pick them up again if we ever decided to play all together again. But I mean, if I go Canarthi's Roost, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I mean, I have 2 more main story missions to do. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that means. Oh, cool. I mean, I could plan doing that. I could do that. I think I've done this mission too many times. Oops. We go there, showing map. There. Oops. I guess I could also do myself mining. What? Don't die, don't die. Whoa. That was a little too close. Right? And then this is a good one, fishing. Because, like, there's so many games you can fish in. I'm sure there's just as many that you can log in.
Some walker was there to crush them back down with lightning. Walls of water.
Yeah. I could, like, localize fishing to, like, just, like, Legend of Zelda fishing. Because I suck at Legend of Zelda fishing. Like, bad. On the Wii, I'm just like...
You weren't there.
I can't do it. The controls are fucky.
Both of you calm down.
I'm quite busy,
Lord,
can't you see?
Do they?
I don't know. Sometimes. They have a lot of gold. When they hire mercenaries, it's to fight someone they can't be bothered with or to chop an enemy down to size. There's a thing left.
So much to do.
That's interesting. Wasn't even watching.
Get off my ship before I throw you off! And I need a new rigging and a serving wench. Too bad for us both. Now get off my deck before I throw you off! Why didn't you say so? You're a deputy of the guard? The same guard whose authority... On your way. And don't bother my sailors. They know...
That's retarded. She won't even, like, stop me.
Another one?
Watch your step, Groundwalker.
Upstairs. I don't know, this game just says so many things that I want in a game. That's why I enjoy playing it, and I probably should be playing it more.
Watch your step, Groundwalker.
Watch your step, Groundwalker. Scavenging hive. I wasn't, but then I got it again like a couple weeks ago. Because I got the new expansion. I just hadn't had a chance to sit down and really kind of play it as much as I wanted. Played it a little bit, but yeah, it's the only way to go, really. I bought the big fucking cave house. that ass. No. Not free. Cost me a lot. Can't remember how much it was. This one here, I'll show you.
I'm not too keen on that. A little town like this won't be able to pay up front. We're leaving on the next boat we can get, right?
You have a better idea?
Now let me talk to Razumdura first.
Ideas aren't my strong suit. I'm just saying. Look at this place.
I've got a
They
lot
look
of
like they can
Razumdar.
afford us.
You have a point.
Killing the Sylvanar was foolish. The Green Lady and the Sylvanar shared a life bond. She has little time to avenge him before she
this
too
one's
will die, and the Green Lady is a most dangerous
massive.
creature. But then, you have that spring in your stride again. What have you learned? The Maumar planned something, but what? Wait. The apothecary sold Daedra blood in these specific... This is a sample of the vile cloud from around the Sylvanar's body. Bring it to the Green Lady. Tell her...
That one. So 13,000, I guess. That's pretty sweet.
The killer will share the pain my beloved's death has wrought.
Well, you can go check it out anytime you want.
A kiss for my wrist, hand on the lungs, a kiss for my arms. Grasp, tear, yank, and one last kiss for the killer's own heart. Now,
I just had
what
like
have you found?
all the crowns or whatever, and I was like, they're just sitting there. So probably my next purchase would be like a merchant or something, kind of like Bryn had that we could take in with us and sell shit when you got over encumbered.
No poison in all of Tamriel could harm my beloved. But this scent was on his body. Why is it out here as well? I can see it, leading away into the heart of this wretched city. You're blind to it, easily remedied. Follow if you can.
Great.
Come and see from the distant shores of Glanumbra a real, live dog.
Ha! Yeah.
Kenarthi's Roost and the Dominion. Together, we
I need to get one. I'm annoyed I missed that.
Did you hear?
The first one and the second one.
Took the great stone out from Morning Springs.
Pre-orders.
An army of skeletons rose from the depths.
Covered my tracks. Couldn't have found me. I followed his orders. Daedric poisoned
followed his
his mate. Ulandil. He said they could stop the Tempest. I've heard enough.
So I bought a
His orders. Had to follow
2 terabyte
There. You did what you had to.
external today for $70,
As did I.
and it had a free game. Is it called Tiragrade? No, that's my I got a 5 3.0 USB thing, but anyway, so I bought the external and you get a free game, so I got shit, what's it called? Come on. It's retarded. Styx, Master of Shadows. It's like you're a goblin. Styx, Master of Shadows, and you're like a goblin, and you're supposed to sneak around, and it's kind of just a stealthy game. Have you played it? I've never played it, but it is free for me on Steam for me buying my external. Just tell Nappy Man. He likes free shit, right? That's like his big thing. This free shit. Oh, cool. So this is, maybe this is the sequel? I don't know.
Yes, but some walker was there to crush them back down.
Somebody take a sweet roll. I mean, pretty sure it's... I don't know, I might be wrong.
Errant deputy. I was just informing Headwoman Harani of her apothecary's connections to the High Elves of Somerset Isle. Once the torture begins, we'll learn why the Dominion killed their own diplomat. My what? You mean the apothecary? I assure you, he was never in my employ. Oh, well done. It doesn't matter now. The Green Lummox and her idiot husband like... You're lying. She must be dead, or else she'd have come for me. She's coming for me, isn't she? I'm a duly appointed ambassador of the Maoma people. The Tempest is coming. You cannot stop it.
This is madness. There has been enough death in this city.
And soon, his heart. Stop, all of you. This
Yeah. Kill him. Such a thief. Like, oh, here, let me stop. Must be upstairs. Is that where he throws? Does he throw himself from up? Ah.
Move, unless you don't mind the spatter. I'll keep him alive for a time. He won't starve. His limbs have so much flesh to sustain him. Go tell Harani the Marama is dead. Leave me exactly, and I'll have the blood that's due. What does this creature's life matter to you anyway? You dare speak for my Sylvanar? I'll beat you with your own flayed skin. I'll smash your teeth to powder and choke you with the dust.
Keep her away from me!
We've taken Ulandil into custody thanks to your quick action. No treaty will keep him from proper justice. I understand. I am certain she'll find another way to mourn her husband. I asked Ulandil what he meant about the Tempest. After what that Green Lady did to him, it is difficult. The Maomr have some ships waiting offshore. Ulandil's people signaled them before. I signed a new treaty moments ago. Vicereeve Peladil assured me the Dominion...
Hey, Slowpaws. You, yes, you. Commander Karanet needs you immediately. The Maomr attacked Cat's Eye Key from the sea. Commander Karanet holds the line at the docks. She needs help stopping the Maomr before they push into...
Last one.
You there. The Maomr attacked Cat's Eye Key with their Sea Viper forces. We need every able body for the rescue effort. Huh! A counterattack? I'd settle for an organized defense. Our forces are scattered too thin. If we can't hold the gates, Mistral will fall to the Maomr. I'll coordinate Dominion forces from here, but I can't lock down this gate until the survivors clear out of the market. Send them my way. We need everyone able to defend Mistral on this side of the wall.
Cutting wood! Cutting wood!
Snakes! Giant snakes coming from the sea! Coming from the sea!
Those Maomr pirates came from the water. They're all over Cat's Eye Key. Sea vipers happened. One must have struck me on the head. When I woke, a sea viper was carving strange runes on my bodyguard's skin. I hit that awful pirate with a broken spar and we ran. No, we can still move. We'll head to Mistral if it's safe there. By the 8, it's inspiring to see Dominion soldiers. Maybe Sergeant Firion can pull off our counterattack. The Marine by the gate to Cat's Eye Key plans to strike back at the sea vipers. I'm sure she can tell you the details. We'll get moving. Gods grant you strength.
We can't let those Maomr pirates reach Mistral. They'll butcher our families. I saw great serpents emerge from the waters. Those sea viper cowards made them snap at everyone in striking distance. No. When I saw my neighbors fall, I ran. What kind of Khajiit am I? I'll do no such thing. If any of those sea vipers shows a face...
What are you doing here? You feel that cold air rushing off the sea? Just like I sent my squad to scout Cat's Eye Key. If they haven't learned what the Sea Viper's plan, we can poke around until we figure out what needs chopping. Don't worry, I'll hold the gate if you think you'll have need for a wizard. Or you could bring a Dominion Marine. Up to you. Then let's fillet these fish.
The fuck? Oh, it's down there. Rita. I know. The most.
Hey, squad got separated. Nistel and I found Onglorn. They hurt him bad. Sea vipers carved runes in his chest. Hunting sea vipers. If you see her, tell her Onglorn will be all right.
You've done your part. Get back to Mistral when you can.
Oh, come on. Oh, that's annoying. It was too late. It was too late. Oh, very nice. I have the... what do you call it? Oh, shit. Witcher 3 went on there right now.
Erring in head is bad, but when it was in the caves, working, when I heard a strange howling, then warriors came out of nowhere and struck without mercy. Sea vipers, Maorma pirates. We paid protection through the month and let them put those strange totems in our cave. They've never been in this.
Are you in what system?
Moon sugar. Hit my head, you see. Our deaths, I suppose? After they killed enough of us, they left the rest of us alone.
Is it a co-op or
wouldn't fight back.
just a
They only paid attention to those
regular old
totems.
RPG or something?
Until they collapsed the cave entrance.
I haven't watched anything on it.
Some high elf wizard tried to get in, so they collapsed it. I dove outside. Lucky me. What's that? My ears were ringing. Would you mind repeating the obvious? Wait, don't think me ungrateful. The wizard was looking for another way into the caves. I heard rumors.
There has to be a way into those tunnels. I've fought enough smugglers to know how they think. We should search the buildings near the cliffs.
Oh, cool. Okay. You said I haven't really like considered it. I haven't watched anything really on it. Huh. Don't judge me, lady. Yeah, I knew that part.
These totems seem to harness a combination of wind and spirit. I wonder if I can... Indeed. I suppose that's optimal. These sea viper rituals are barbaric, but quite effective. The hurricane they summoned to dash our fleet against Kanapi's roost? That's nothing compared to their current efforts. You clearly haven't studied the fundamentals of blood sacrifice. You see, these serpent-shaped statues, they're storm totems. They collect spirit energies from rune-marked subjects and channel it, like water through a funnel.
Exactly the right question. It seems the Sea Vipers use a specialized lodestone to block the channel. Approach an active storm totem, hold forth the lodestone, and harmlessly siphon the energy away. You should see for yourself. Completely. Go ahead, don't be shy. It's not as though the storm totem's energies will cascade throughout your body until you're nothing but a lifeless, smoking husk. But do avoid standing in the puddles, would you?
I'm gonna search his sack. Yeah, Kay's getting it on the computer, the PC, because she's been drooling over it.
Phenomenal. I knew proximity was the key. And look at you, not even a hint of electrocution. You have the principle. Now to apply it to the other storm totems before... well, best not to worry about that. No, I really shouldn't worry you. I can't say for certain. It's one of two things, neither of which is good for anyone on this island. You don't stoop to blood sacrifice unless you need a lot of energy very quickly. And, well, to release it, just as... Listen, you handle the storm totems. I'll determine how to best counteract the Sea Viper blood ritual without destroying Mistral. Does that seem equitable? The only certainty is the lack of time. You should hurry.
The wizard seems agitated. We need to drain those.
Yeah, sir. Oh, fuck. Seriously? Did I not? God damn it.
Seems
Like, come on. Oops. Oh, come on, game. Okay. Unsuspecting victim. Oh man.
This is ESO, speaking directly to your mind.
No
From
way,
my
ESO.
Sigil projection near the tunnel exit, I know how to stop the Marma.
Free at last.
Free at last!
I know what they're planning. Through my Sigil projection, I observed an old ritual site north of Mistral. The Sea Vipers summoned a powerful creature known as a Storm Atronach. They're funneling all that energy in. The creature can only hold so much energy before it discorporates. All the energy will wash over Kanathi's roost, killing anything it touches. Except for the thunderbugs, of course. Oh, and the mountain north of Mistral will shatter, leaving no trace of the town. Ah, there's the genius of their plan. How do you bind a creature made of storm energies? With the wind itself. 3 ritual horns trap Storm Slave, but the lodestone now has enough storm energy to counteract the false winds. Elegant, yes? It will shed its corporeal form and safely release its stored energy. By safely, I mean in relation to Kanathi's roost. I recommend moving a fair distance away from Storm Slave when this happens. Perhaps keeping solid rock between it and yourself? You'll have no trouble. But in the event you...
Whoa. I wish Listel could have seen that thing.
What the fuck?
Children of the sea, your bonds cannot hold the tempest.
Come! You must leave this place! Follow me!
Maybe we should invest in some lightning rods.
We're gone 3 hours, and the Malmer attacked the city? Typical. Always missing the real fight.
You have to admit, the temple...
My friend, to escape death so triumphantly is constant thrill, yes? The Maumar are fled or dead thanks to your efforts. Kenarthi's roost is safe and voluntarily a part of the Aldmeri Dominion. So if you must know, Razumdar keeps an eye on promising people.
Yes.
Help me.
That is cool. Okay, so journal plus done with this area, right? Windcatcher's Plantation, Ritharles Solus, and 2 of those.
How could you let that alchemist from Fair live? He was a monster.
Oh, that's Mistral. Well, oof. I haven't even touched Elsphere. Or Murkmire. Condo. Is it Grotla that I completed almost? Yeah. Pretty close. At least all the story quest lines are done. Yeah, not even close on Somerset. Okay. I think I'm done. Thanks for watching though, man. Appreciate it. Let me know if you're going to be doing anything tomorrow night. I actually have a meeting from like 6:30 to probably usually 7:30 or 8:30. But I might stream a little bit after that. But it's been good. It's been fun.